Welcome to the Problematic Gazette, where your two favourite puffs of a certain age chew the cud once again, put the world to rights, and discuss what flannel they've been looking at this week. Are you all right, our Dave?
I'm all right, Dr. Lee. Full of cold, but I mean, that's part of the course these days. And it's raining. There's a storm coming.
I know. Amy is on the rampage, apparently. You got to watch that, Amy.
Never trusted her. So we're battening down the hatches this end at PG Manor, and I'm sure you are at PG Towers too. So, got quite a bit to discuss in a short space of time. So this is just a little snippet, really. The Avengers, our last episode, featuring our special guests, Michael and Hilary Whitehall, went down a storm. So thanks for all your comments on that. We had great fun doing it, and you can still listen to that, obviously, wherever you get your podcasts.
Absolutely. And, you know, I think I managed to come out of that remarkably unscathed, given that one of my favourite shows was slightly put under the microscope, slightly uncomfortably. But it was fun, wasn't it? It was really good fun. And once again, big thanks to the Whitehalls for taking part and coming into our little podcast.
Absolutely. And yeah, you gave as good as you got, because Michael was a little bit dismissive of the Avengers, whereas you absolutely adore it. So it was quite a balanced discussion on the Avengers, and also lots of bon mots about Michael and Hilary's travels in the entertainment industry, which were really fun too. We've had a few comments, haven't we? Particularly about the Molly House video that we put up on our YouTube site.
That's right. There's a really lovely comment, actually, from Madrid, and its username is Sotelo Christian. So I'm assuming Christian is the first name. Anyway, hello, Sotelo Christian, who's studying a master's in LGBTQ plus studies in Madrid, and our video helped them a lot for their history class. They're currently developing the concept of homosexuality as we know it nowadays, which is what our video touches on. You know, let's keep in touch. Gracias, they say. That's a really lovely. I'd love to see our stuff's being used as historical research, darling, which is what it should be there for.
It's a really nice, insightful look into the Molly houses, which were kind of the equivalent of clubs, gay pubs, gay spaces, weren't they, in the 18th century?
Yeah. As we say in the video, there were more gay venues in the 18th century per square mile than at any other point in London's history, including the 90s, the noughties. Do check it out if you haven't seen it already. Some sad news today, darling, just coming in.
There really is, yes. Dame Patricia Routledge, most famously, I would say, but not exclusively famous for, keeping up appearances as Hyacinth Bucket / Bouquet, however you want to pronounce it. But yeah, she sadly passed away at the age of 96. So R.I.P. Dame Patricia Routledge.
Yeah. She's a legend, wasn't she? I remember watching her stuff with Victoria Wood back in the day, and she played Kitty, that really horrible lady. She was great. She was so much fun. But what a glittering career, long distinguished career, playing all kinds of parts back in the day. And
yeah, she really did. I mean, obviously she trained as an actor, but also a singer as well. You know, she was classically trained, and she was in various musicals as well and operas. Been reading up on her. She actually won a Tony Award in 1968 for Best Actress in a musical for Darling of the Day. And also, I was reading that Rodgers, out of Rodgers and Hammerstein, went to see her in a play and left a note backstage to say, I'm watching you, so to speak. And she had to play the second act. She said, paralysed by fear that Rodgers was watching her, but what he wanted to do, he wanted to meet her to discuss her starring in a musical written by him. And they went backwards and forwards.
gosh.
Various discussions were had. It never came to fruition in the end, which she said was disappointing, but one of those things. And she said she wished she'd mentioned to him at the time that she should perhaps play in a musical version of Joan of Arc. And she said she always kicked herself that she never put that idea forward. But that's a story, isn't it?
God, really? Yeah, that's showbiz royalty back then.
Also, she toyed with the idea of going into a convent and becoming a nun at one point as well. She was very religious, and she supported her local church, etc. And she holds the rare honour of a DBE. Now, we know about OBEs and CBEs, but she was appointed Dame Commander of the Order of the British Empire for her services to theatre and charity in 2017. So not just Hyacinth Bouquet, but fondly remembered. I mean, I used to love keeping up appearances. It was great, wasn't it? And also spoke, as we talk about a lot when we look at British TV, the class system and snobbery. You know, it was quite a slapstick comedy as well, but it did speak a lot about class and how it dominates British society and the British narrative still to this day.
Well, there ain't nothing like a dame, and there was no one like Dame Patricia Routledge, so R.I.P. Patty R. I went to see Spinal Tap 2 in the cinema last night. I actually went into a cinema. I have a real hatred of cinemas, listeners. I can't stand them. I hate crinkling of papers and wrappers. I hate hearing people chew. I hate fucking popcorn. I just find the whole experience so stressful. But my friend is a member of the Picture House in Soho, and they've got really lovely little cinemas, and there was hardly anybody in it because it was great because went to a daytime showing. So Spinal Tap 2, very good. I recommend it. It dawned on me that I've never actually seen the original. It's one of those ones a bit like The Sound of Music. You think you've seen it, and at the time it came out, I mean, I was only 11 and it came out in 1984. I couldn't get the irony of it. It was way above my head, my little innocent green head. So I just thought it was a really leery documentary about some rock stars, and that kind of 80s rock was really kind of just not my thing at all. But this was actually quite a sweet, very funny, quite affecting, riddled with celebrity cameo appearances, Paul McCartney, Elton John. And it's actually quite a sweet, touching essay on elderly manhood as well, I found, which was quite interesting.
Was it the original Spinal Tap in the new one? Was it written by Christopher Guest?
Yes, all the originals are all back. Same writers, and they've literally done it that the agent is not in it anymore. He's dead, and now he works in a car lot. But his daughter, played by Kerry Godliman, has decided to resurrect them for a one-night-only reunion concert. So it's the painful coming together of they haven't seen each other for years, had a bad falling out. You know, can you imagine? They just come across as quite sweet old men now. You know,
I love Christopher Guest. Have you ever seen Best in Show, about the dog show?
no,
It's kind of kind of a satire on the dog show circuit as well. And they also did another one called Waiting for Guffman, which is kind of like amateur theatre, but it's all in the same vein, written by Christopher Guest, or kind of fly on the wall documentaries. I just think they're great. I've been watching something really intriguing this week. It's kind of the next best box set to binge kind of vibe. It's been in all the papers and stuff. It's called Nine Bodies in a Mexican Morgue. So it's on the iPlayer. It's kind of along the same veins. It's kind of a mashup of Lost and Agatha Christie whodunit. So the basic premise is there are 10 people who are traveling in this small plane over Mexico. They crash land, and one by one, these people kind of get picked off in various intriguing circumstances. Set in Mexico, but actually it was filmed in Tenerife. And, you know, they've got the main set, which is kind of just outside the plane, the crashed plane, which was all kind of filmed in a soundstage to resemble the Mexican jungle. I think it might have been a British production, but it's got Eric McCormack in it, who is, Will from Will and Grace. And it's got Siobhan McSweeney in it, you know, from Derry Girls.
oh yeah, yes.
Who is playing a Deep South gun-toting MAGA. So it's very unusual to see her with a strange accent, so to speak. Yeah,
yes.
It's a lot of fun. It's kind of been celebrated, derided in equal measure, because it's one of those things where there's so many plot holes in it, and some of the dialogue is a bit clunky, and some of the acting is a tiny little bit questionable, would I say. And it's one of those ones where it's like a non-linear narrative. So, you know, we jump backwards and forwards in time of the space of kind of 9 or 10 days. But it's in that bracket, I think, that it's so bad, it's compelling, it's fun,
Okay.
it's tongue-in-cheek, and it's camp. So I would recommend anyone see it. Don't let me put you off it by, you know, saying these things I'm saying. It is a lot of fun, and me and hubby are hooked. So I'd thoroughly recommend you go and make that your next binge watch.
Right, challenge accepted.
So that's what we've been watching. That's who's died this week, sadly. Let's look forward to next week. Coming up, the Independent Podcast Awards, where we've been shortlisted for 3 awards. So we're getting quite giddy about that, aren't we?
I'm trying not to, but I am getting a little bit giddy. And I think as it approaches, because we've got some apple due in the morning, haven't we? At Battersea Power Station for the shortlisted candidates. It's a kind of meet and greet, which we're not allowed to drink alcohol at because it's 11 a.m. And I don't want to be cartwheeling or telling anyone that my best friend by 11:27 a.m. And then the actual big event in the evening. So yeah, I'm trying to keep a lid on it, but it's very difficult. I have to keep pushing it from my mind.
I'm very excited too, but again, trying to keep a lid on it, practicing my celebratory face, but also my commiseration face. But in between the two events, I'm coming down to PG Towers, aren't I?
You are, yeah. PG Towers opens its doors so you can have a check to make sure everything's running smoothly, darling. I know what you're like. You'll be running your finger along dusty surfaces and things like this and cracking the whip in the rooms where all the tech operatives are there. The royal seal of approval, I tell you.
But primarily, I need to go into what we'd like to call in PG Towers the downtime chamber and have a nana nap before we go out for the evening do, because I won't last from 9 o'clock in the morning when I have to get on the train till 10 o'clock in the evening without a little snooze at some point. We're gays of a certain age, aren't we? We can't do it anymore.
We can't. Well, I will be walking around behind you at the event with a taser on a very low setting. So if I do see you kind of head starting to loll, bladder on a stick style, then I'll just give you a little gentle buzz just to bring you back in the room, darling.
Thank you, darling. That's what friends are for, aren't they?
Absolutely fucking is. We've got our episode on Are You Being Served? Sorry, I really had to think about that there.
Did you have to stop and reboot yourself then?
I did. I really did. That's dropping into your inboxes on Tuesday morning. So we hope you enjoyed that. We had a lot of fun recording that one, didn't we?
We did. It was very camp and innuendo-led.
A lot of giggles in that one. So prepare yourselves. And that's it. I haven't got anything else, darling. Have you?
No, that's it. Short and sweet. Just a little snippet for our gazers to ease you gently into the weekend, to grease up the wheels, so to speak. So until next week, you can follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Podcast Gaze. If you want to email us at theproblematicgaze@gmail.com. If you like what you hear, please hit that follow button. And until next Tuesday, Dr. Lee.
Au reservoir, darling.
Au reservoir.